Greetings, everyone. It's time to hunt for some bombs or some aggro or some bomby aggro. Those are the best stripes of Crimson Vow draft. We are ready to take our variance pills in this format, and we might deliver the blows. We might receive the blows. Maybe we'll have some good games of Magic in which no bombs show up. That happens in this format too. And what do you know, Magic drafting is still fun, even when the variance factor is a little in the, hey, this isn't the most fun variance, but playing powerful Magic cards is pretty cool. Let's see if we can find some. I know you can find some powerful Magic cards at my sponsor, cardkingdom.com. They have everything you need for your tabletop Magic experience, whether it's sealed product, singles, or supplies. Just let them know I sent you there by using my affiliate links in all those sweet locations you all know by now, right? Right on. All right. Hopping in to draft view here. I'm sipping an empty coffee, but I know I have a good fresh refill up there waiting for me. I'm probably going to reload my coffee towards the end of deck building, and you all can come up with final adds or cuts while I doctor my brew. Well, here's a bomb I haven't had before, but I've lost to this before. This is a bomb, but on the almost on the fairer side of things, in the sense that I do need to untap with it, and you know, and you can kill it. You know, it's not like the green 6-drop, right? I'm not complaining. We're gonna happily start with attendance, and I like red in the format too. So it's a great card that we're happy to first pick. I'm just observing that relative to some of the bombs in the format, like, this is more answerable. So we'll grab that. I actually didn't look at the rest of the pack very carefully, and I probably should have, to understand what I might be passing better. I think we take Bolt to match our bomb over like the Quartermaster. If we had landed a white bomb, I would absolutely take the Quartermaster, though. This is already even I'm already letting the strong desire to play this card affect my picks here, but I think these are actually probably pretty close. I don't know what 17 Land says about the win rate of those two cards, but this two damage for 1 mana at instant speed in the format is just really well placed to survive the aggro in the format. And the exile is no joke either against all of the creatures with aura backsides, right? So we're going to take that. Yeah, death triggers. That's a good point too. That's not even like I killing the that Sporeback 3/2 with this, and then oh, this is like a first pickable card here. I feel like I'm already in a great lane. Now there's a rare mythic missing that can easily explain Ballista Watcher still being here. I do wonder what common was taken over this. Maybe -13, -13. Although there's a lot of black commons in the pack still, so and really no white. So I'd expect that a white common was taken over Ballista Watcher, which might mean the aura. So, you know. Yeah, or the 1/1. Now there's a retribution. We're not really in on vamps yet, but this would be a reason to start leaning there. We could just take a Celebrance, which is a little more generically good and on color. I would want these celebrants over this celebrant. Let's get multiple celebrants over a single celebrant. But what do you think about Retribution? Is it worth hedging? Yeah, this is a game-winning card if you have the vamp density, right? Rob likes a 2-drop. That's pretty disciplined, Rob. I do like, you know me, I'm always talking about 2-drops, but I still think maybe you're right. Maybe you don't take first celebrants. It's just this is such a more impactful card. I'm gonna go for it. The upside here is real, super real. Ridge Wolf is another great 2, but in the face of a kind of a medium 3, but in the right lane, right? Like this is, if we follow Olivia's attendance and Retribution, we're gonna like this card. I'm uncomfortable that we're leaving these 2s behind, but I think this is worth it. Chicken takes the wolf. I feel you. I might be making a big, maybe not a big mistake. I might be making a mistake here. I acknowledge that. But then we have a avenue into the black side that would really make these vampire picks pay off. Gift of Fangs or Blood Fountain. I think both of these you can make a case for. We have Ballista Watcher, Bolt, and Attendance potentially picking off small stuff, so maybe we get first Blood Fountain to make sure we can get like Olivia's Attendance back, Ballista Watcher back. But Gift of Fangs is nice dual wield in the deck. I think I'm going to get Gift of Fangs because I only want like 1 Blood Fountain, but I might take a couple of gifts in a deck like this, but that was a tough pick for me. I don't know. Not sure what's correct, but again, when I'm agonizing that much and going to time, it's probably pretty close. Yeah, this is a fine lacerate, pick 7, like whatever. Probably run that. Ancestral Anger could be a direction we go, potentially. I don't love Specimen in this type of deck. Dread Fugue has been useful against me sometimes, but I just don't trust it. It feels like a really bad late game top deck, and I'm not going to let the handful of times it's been good against me impact me. But Anger we could get there on Angers. We'll see. Might as well start there. Ceremonial Knife plays well in the Vamp deck. There's this Skulking Killer, which is way too close to a 4-2 for 4 to take seriously. Oh, this has got to be, like, this might sneakily be the groan test killer, because when this does work, boy, you groan. Really? You like it? I'm gonna take the knife. That's my gut math, but maybe I don't have enough experience in the format to understand where that card slots in better. We'll take an Adamant Will here over base. Well, we could also take a Disciple. I'll take a solid 2. Yeah, could still be Gruul, absolutely. It's not. This would not be the best Gruul pivot, but if we had to, this is a fine playable. Recluse is a real nice sign to see here. I know there was more than this black in the pack, so it's not like no black was taken. But for a non-vamp, I like the Recluse in the Vampire deck because of all the blood to flip this. Honeymoon Hearse, not super playable, but we'll take the Vault Progress if nothing else. Cut a black card. Wow, are we on Socialite or Celebrant? I think we have to take Celebrant over the Socialite. I think this is, in the abstract, better than the Celebrant for sure. But I'm at a place in our curve where I can't... I need to prioritize filling this lane here. Circle of Confinement is... I did roll over it. It's good. But we are definitely red, and we definitely need 2-drops. I'm going to fill the definite need here in a fairly underwhelming pack. Flame Blessed Bolt number 2 is a fine pickup here. If we happen to wheel the Vengeance, we could be a deck that maybe runs that, but you don't want to kill your Recluses. But I'm going to take the Bolt. True likes the Vengeance now. I think the Pinpoint Bolt is more valuable. But, ooh, here's an interesting pack. Gluttonous Guest, Epicure, and another Anger. I think we try and wheel the Anger. Twin Blade Geist is still here. So, yeah, white is going to flow because it wasn't really there for us in pack 1. I don't want to miss the boat, but I don't want to misread the signal either. I think I've come up on the Guest for sure, especially in the blood decks, but I'm still wanting to, I think, Epicure here. Because we could still might not be black, but we're so much definitely red. Okay, now we're black because I'm taking premium removal. Another Vengeance, worth note, but I'm still taking the Pinpoint Downfall. Another Celebrants in here is good too. I still, even if it were best of 3, I'd like those Vengeances a lot more. You still don't want the Vengeances against another vampire deck, right? So, I don't know. Yeah, we could just take gems. This is Lightning Wolf. Shouldn't make the cut. Our playables are too strong right now. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and take some gems. Nice. Suggest we're the only red-black if we finalize black here. And I think we do. Let's cut this. And a Gluttonous Guest versus Celebrants number 7, but we haven't taken any of them. I do like the Guest. I've come up on it, but Wild's also worth calling out from last pick for sure. But I think since I don't have a lot of 5s, I'll take first Celebrants now. If we had some other options at 5, maybe I'd let another one go. But I think now it's time for first Celebrants. Sure Strike is playable. I'm just going to take more gems though. I think this is also so replaceable for our purposes in this deck. We are going to take gems. I mean, I'm effectively infinite, so it doesn't super matter, but it's the principle of the thing. And it's the modeling of the behavior, too. Just letting people know you can absolutely go for it. Take gems in that spot. It's build your collection. Bloodcrazed Socialite was our alternative to the Celebrant that we were considering pick 1. So to wheel our pick 2 out of the pack is great. I don't even think it is, though, Alexis. That's the thing. Multi-accounting, as much as you need to support your play, is what makes you infinite, to the point that you truly don't need to worry about anything. Like, if you don't care about your collection building, we'll take Dissenter here over Humans. Whoa, hey, now wait a second. Thanks, Watsy. We'll take an Anger. I don't know if we're doing that, but maybe. Oh, it didn't make a pick? I could not tell what was happening there. Another Knife, but I think, in this day and age, we're going to take a Grisly Ritual and be kind of happy about it. I mean, that's where you want to get it. Pick 12 Rituals is great. I mean, this is a playable card. You gotta kill stuff. Gotta kill the bombs that you can. None of those Vengeances came back, but we have yet another opportunity for one. This is another disappointing first pick. Yeah, I mean, I'll take the Vengeance, but you hear me, right? Like, this is best of 1 against another vampire deck. It's like, what, we're paying 3 mana to create a blood token. But that being said, yeah, I mean, gift is the other option. And if we didn't have 2 bolts, I would be on gift number 2. But the double bolt and single gift is really, we're getting into diminishing returns on killing 2 toughness creatures. I'd rather, but I guess he says taking Vampire's Vengeance. I don't know. I guess the point is that pick doesn't matter all that much. Which is unfortunate for your pick 1. So this is interesting. Harvester might wheel because nobody else is. Yeah, we can take the Vamp. This isn't. I guess we have the Vampire density to make this like a good play on turn 6 or whatever. This is the deck for it. We have 7 Vamps right now, and we're looking to add more. Right? I mean, I'm kind of with Media on this. This is not. This is. Don't forget the mana symbols. Forget the mana symbols. This is too good to pass. And not mana symbols. Forget the rarity symbols. That's what I was trying to say. Reckless Impulse is a playable here. So Scavenger. Maybe we scavenge and try to wheel Impulse. What do you think? Let's look at Curve. Yeah, we use both. Scavenger survives the Vengeance as a non-vamp. That's relevant. But yeah, I do like getting some card flow. I'm gonna go with Impulse because we have some decent removal. And we might get more. Well, if I knew that my pick this pack was going to be pointed discussion, I would have taken. Can I go back, please? Yeah, I should just take Mythic. I'm gonna take Gems again. You don't love the Impulse because right afterwards we've found another card draw spell? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, here's a guest spot. Be our guest. A lot of Skull Scobs going around. Another bolt. I love 3 bolts, 1 gift over 2 and 2. More bolts. You like 2-drop? I don't like that 2-drop in this deck, though, although I guess it dies to the Vengeance in a fine way. Ridgewolf for a 2 or Socialite for the Vamp. I think the Vamp is more important for us, and we're not that thick at 4 anyway, although I kind of want, I do want more 2s. We do have a lot of early, we have a plan for the early game if it's not bum rush them at the very least, yeah. Are we sacking? Are we doing anything to sack? What's our... Farmer's interesting pick there too. I like the Farmer. Farmer's super annoying. I'm gonna take Betrayal and... Oh, we could take some Exploit now. I think a random 2 here is gonna be better than a second Fangs in the face of 3 bolts and a Fang. So I'm gonna take I might play the Ghoul. It's not really on plan, but we might need it for 2s. I'm gonna at least give myself a chance to have that card for curve purposes. Thank you for that sub. I don't think we're playing Bat either, although we're gaining enough life with 2 guests that this is a possibility. I'm still not sold on this. We took it because there was nothing else, but again, I really don't like main decking a Vampire's Vengeance in best of 1. It's I guess we have blood tokens, so you can always rummage it away, but I also hate that fallback position because it feels lazy. Like because your 23 spell slots matter. Just because you can rummage it away doesn't mean your spell slots don't matter very, very much. That being said, yes, it's the upside is certainly there on. Yeah, Dissenter might actually be better than Ghoul if I'm going to throw in 2s. That's the thing. And Siriana nails it too. Like 3 bolts and a gift says we're pinpointing 2 toughness stuff. It's really redundant to run it. So I feel, and I'd rather, especially with like the Reckless Impulse drawing us into cheap removal and everything. This is 16-13, but of course we have cuts to make. So let's drop the Angers. That's a fine place to start with this trimming. You're not convinced we want to run Impulse? Oh, I think we definitely do. I mean, it has the big risk, of course, is we flip a 6 when we can't cast them. But when we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 playable ones and a 7th if we want it, I think this is probably on the short list of potential cuts. But we can't live in fear of the occasional whammy. Yeah, the possibility of the 2-card possibility of a whammy is not enough to not want to. In fact, I'm probably cutting ritual anyway, because we have I'll run the Lacerate Flesh as a 5 mana kill most stuff. We have Hero's Downfall to kill anything. I don't know. What do you think? Do you like a Lacerate Flesh, the 6 mana one in black, both or neither? Current creature count at 43 cards is 16. Yeah. I hear you. The blood does replicate card draw pretty well. It's true. But I've really liked this card when I've cast it. I think I'm going to run it so that I can flip Olivia's Attendance on 5 mana and have you and Math go, see? But maybe we need to cut it just because we need to find cuts here. I'll pull it over in the pile. And we're going to cut the flesh. Maybe we just... Is the Hero's Downfall enough for our kill anything? Yeah, I guess we can cut the bat. We didn't end up with I think maybe cut the Mind Leech Ghoul, although now that I'm not running the 2 to everything, I kind of like the Ghoul. Ripping up an Epicure, filling in the 2 slot. And yeah, now that I'm not blowing up the world, I actually want to cut the Dissenter. I think I like that cut. We can bring the ritual back. I'm fine. I'm down with that. We were talking about that. I was trying to ask if we felt that 1 destroy anything was enough. I think the Vengeance playing the Vengeance changes a lot of things, and because I just don't like Vengeance with 4 cards that manage 2 toughness. So it's very hard to say that there's 1 card that is the Vengeance here. You like it with these because you can get a 4 or whatever. That's fair. I still... Yeah, maybe knife is the cut. We're creating enough blood without a knife, right? I like it. So that leaves us with 1 more cut. We're at 15-9. So, you know, a spell would be ideal. Undying Malice or Impulse. or maybe one of these deal two. Like if we feel like this is too much management of two toughness, I just let Gift of Fangs can play both ways for us as needed. And you know what? I said I was going to go doctor my my coffee anyway, so let's pull it while I go freshen my coffee. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give it like 90 seconds because it's going to take me at least that to do it. So yeah, we can cut a bolt, we can cut the gift, we can cut the malice. Malice, you could check like what's our ETBs. Like Malice is good with the harvesters, so there's, you know, that's nice. Saving Olivia's attendance, some ETB, but really it's about reusing harvester and saving bombs. But that's what Malice would be about. And then impulse. I think those are your choices. I'll say other, of course. I'll put in other. If you vote other, just let me know what you're thinking. All right, be right back with fresh coffee. Hey gang, let me see what you've decided. And before I even look, as I was thinking about things, I might say for like math, maybe Matt and Siriana were, I think, two of the folks in chat who were pro-vengeance. I'm willing to let a pro-vengeance person in chat or group rebuild the deck to support the vengeance for if we get to 2 losses. So if we get to 2 losses, we'll go to vengeance. So actually now we have to name the deck that. Late vengeance. Let's see. Wow, other with this its strongest showing ever. What are the I gotta go look at the others now. I'd argue with 2 gluttonous guests, it's not a Windrake, and we have a Recluse. There's 3 cards that that produce life gain. So I agree that I could have put it on the list for sure, but I disagree that almost always, if you hold it, if you have to play it early, you have to play it early. But if you're top decking with guests in play, it's probably doing what you want. Alexis wants to cut a guest. Other vamp that can't block. Yeah, this is underwhelming, I admit. But boy, when you're on the front foot, it's doing what you want. So there's a lot of others, but nobody agrees. It was not like other 4 bats. And there's the 4th, Ghoul being the other cut. That's fair too. We're a little low at the low curve though. So what would I cut? Knowing me, probably a land. No, we shouldn't cut a land. Not we want land. We want to play our Olivia's Attendants, and we want to pitch our lands late. If anything, we go to 18. We don't go to 16. But maybe I kind of feel like this is probably too much control for 2 toughness creatures. That's my worry. And I think I'm on Gift. Because I really don't like using Gift as... I'm never using Gift as an aura early unless something weird is going on. And yeah, it's a fallback plan for it late. But I don't like the risking the 2-for-1. So then it becomes the worst way to deal with 2 toughness creatures. So that would be my thinking. Diablo is pulling the 41 card special, and as our friend Jay Schneider likes to point out, that you could do that. It's not that big a deal actually to run 41 cards. It's cleanly and clearly like suboptimal, but not in such a disastrous way that if you just wanted to be like, whatever, I'm going to do it this way, you know, the Magic 41 card police aren't going to show up. Should we do that? Let's do fine. We'll do a Jay Schneider special. There you go. I'm gonna do a Jay. This is for Jay Schneider. It's obviously suboptimal because we're putting Olivia on average a little bit, like a half a draw farther away from us, but that's all right. Going suboptimal. Jay's doing good. He's just super busy. I got to see him in person recently, and he's juggling a lot of plates or something. Oh, sleeves. Hold on, I gotta sleeve up the deck here. Let's see, something cool. we haven't used in a while. Something animated then. You know what? I'm going to go with the old Soul Ring. I have a soft spot for Soul Ring. It's the first card I recognized was broken in Magic. Like, in the first week I learned the game, you know, I was going through my cousin's Magic cards, and Marshall's, actually. Marshall Sutcliffe, and was best friends with my cousin Jay, still is, but I completely fell in love with the game, and so of course was just reading every card I could and taking it in, and I saw Soul Ring. I'm like, oh my gosh. 4 is, you can use 4 of any card. I immediately drew up a deck using 4 Soul Ring, and that was when I learned what a restricted card was. All right, let's go. Thanks for the sub. Tell me what you think of this deck. I think it's pretty good for not having any obvious... well, it has the 1 Mega Bomb. Yeah, it's very good. I forgot Olivia for a second. It's good. It's got a bomb and got good stuff outside of it. Thank God we didn't cut this Impulse. I'm actually on keeping this, and I'm willing to do Impulse on 3, looking for a swamp if we don't have it by then. I'm not going to ship this when we've got attendance and half of the mana needed for her. Them. Watcher. So ideal draw here would be a swamp. We get a swamp, we just get Harvester into Guest into Watcher, and then we get to Impulse. But Impulse is a fine backup plan. But swamp us! Do you do it now? Just figuring either there's a swamp in the top 2, great, or we just are fine to scrape away the top 2 that aren't swamps. Alexis likes Go-Go. Yeah, I'm kind of on Chicken and Siriana. I'm gonna do it, but I'm not happy about this. But I think this is the right place to do this because we do have a 3 to drop if we can find that swamp, and we really would like to find a swamp, and really, or a land. I mean, we want to find a 4th land. This is what Jim wanted to avoid, the inability to get value out of 2 lands there. But again, I think all things considered, that's fine. The problem is if we draw a swamp, we don't get to go swamp Guest unless we want to give up both of these mountains. So that's the drawback here. Because I really want to play this swamp right now, especially in the face of a doomed dissenter. So you know what? And I'm not going to be greedy here. I'm going to do it. We're going to say, like, I really think with the dissenter on the knife, we should play the swamp. But maybe I'm overreacting to that. Are we supposed to get the... Because we also need to make it to 6 to get to our Olivia. That's my only concern, is that I do this and then we get stuck on 4 or whatever. Okay. I'm just getting a gut check there, because it feels right to me to ignore the mountains and swamp and Guest, but I want to make sure that I wasn't nuts. So let's do that. Hey, Jim. Play Dungeon Mans is my friend and former colleague from my Surreal Software days, Jim Shepard. Great to see you here, buddy. Hope all is well with you. Hope you're making fantastic entertainment for the world and improving the fantastic entertainment you've already made. So interesting attack here. I guess they're just willing to go for zombie. I'm going to block. What else is the gluttonous guest here to do? I'm fine with that. Guest trading for something is fine. We're just looking to make it to our top end. And to that end, I'm going to just go Watcher here. Highly recommend doing what Jim's name suggests and go play Dungeon Mans. Perfect answer Oppo has for our human 3 toughness bombish uncommon. But we're drawing their cards out. Need a land here to drop a Celebrants and then another one for the attendants. If we don't get a land, all right, Bolt is interesting. We get to bolt the Dissenter and deny the zombie. And we get to play the Harvester and we get to rummage away, I guess, another Harvester or Celebrants looking for Swamp. What do you think? Because if we're going to rummage something away, looking for a land, we should do that now. So we pay a mountain, we're going to crack this, but which is less important, the second Harvester or the Celebrants? Feels like I almost rather would just have the big beefy. But removal is pretty sweet. Oh, hold on, I gotta do this now. I'm gonna go. Ah! No! Sorry, gang. Slow on the click. I thought I had another hourglass. Totally my bad. I was trying to get feedback from chat and instead punted. That happens with streaming too. Not gonna let it get to me. We'll try and win this anyway. Got the bolt. We still have the bolt and the loot. It's not that disastrous. Yeah, let's bolt the pig now. I wanted to get the Dissenter, but I think we need to get the pig. You're right. We're still going to win this, and it'll look like I'm showing off. Now the question is, do we just try to stone top deck a basic and not ship any of this? I think we need to, like, ensure the Celebrants, huh? We're at 16, though. They got some blood, though, so they're going to have action coming up. So, probably given... In fact, what I should do is pitch now. We might find another bolt that we'll use before combat resolves. So, yeah, I'm going to go for the land now, because if we miss, we might find a bolt. And I am going to do Harvester. Too bad. This should be in play right now. Who earns? But, are we stable? Let's find out. I think we go max mana here. And with them large, you know, again, they're going to be able to rummage themselves to action. So let's play Celebrants. We're at 12 too, so even if they do have the removal, we go to 8. Knife doing a lot of work for Oppo. Alongside my letting hourglasses go to 0. That also did a lot of work for Oppo. Pass. 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 I think if we draw a swamp, I think we're on attendance at this point. Well, there you go. Now it's kind of decided for us. I think I would have been on attendance just because they're already in top deck mode. I don't think they have removal. They would have used it on the Celebrants if they did, because it would have been such a good attack. So I think the Attendants is a pretty safe play. That's true. It does flip. I didn't think about the night day flip. That's a legit reason to consider that. But we're gonna go Attendants now. Yeah, they can loot twice now, and so that they have they need an answer in the top 5 or whatever. And unfortunately, because an answer would mean we're pretty low on D, we got to stay back here. I think we got to get him dead eventually. But if we're going to untap the Attendants, we should be doing fine. Uh-oh, a lot of words. What is this? Oh, it's just so many words. Do I have to... Oh. All right. Flying. When it enters battle, you want a card here on top of your library. At the end of your upkeep, you look at the top card of your library, you may reveal that card. If the creature card of the man reveals very transform. It transforms into this. You create a tapped and tag just copy target attack creature. If that creature is... I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I didn't make it. So now we should pitch a mountain. Although we can just start burning stuff, right? Although I kind of like... we could send in the Celebrants, hold back the Attendants, and use Attendants as machine gun. But we probably just want to add 2 more creatures to the board here. I'm trying to decide between adding to the board and machine gunning. Yeah, we can't add 2. That's true. Given that we can't add 2, we do have one thing we can hit. I like... Yeah, I'm gonna not attack. I didn't see a good attack I liked. Let's drop a Socialite. Now let's drop the Harvester so we have removal ready next. This is removal that needs to get over summoning sickness. So I like playing the Harvester so that we have it online. And then I think I do, and I probably should, that means my sequencing is bad here, because if I'm going to rummage, I should do it before I do anything, in case I draw something that changes my play. But I'm going to do this. Yeah, we still have a ping for, like, the Dissenter, for example. Ooh, Retribution. See, this is why you do it first. Now I'm rethinking life. I think I've already passed the combat, though, and we want to do this when we can do combat, so I'll save a ping here. Yeah, my sequencing was terrible there. Welcome to my level of play plus streaming. I want to make sure I don't try and blame it all on streaming. My level of play is definitely a factor. We all know where I leak, and that's one of them. It's one of my bigger leaks. Hasty sequencing. And we're going to pass. We can ping the Dissenter at end of combat, end of turn here. Don't care about 1 damage from that Runo. We do have double black. We've got our Hero's Downfall in particular. I guess that's the only one, but yeah, pretty important one. Flourishing Hunter. Gonna get him a big chunk of life here, so we got some work to do. But now Markov Retribution has its target. Olivia will take care of that thing. I don't think we kill the Runo. Don't we just kill the Hunter? Wait. Right? When Runo enters the battlefield, what? I don't understand how Runo flips. When Runo put up to... Anyway, I'm gonna have to do this. Okay, just making sure I didn't... I'm so often not understanding something important. It's... I'm always willing to believe it's me. So now, Retribution, getting rid of the Hunter. It's a lot of blood. Harvester can kill Emrakul quite handily. So now how do we win target game from here? Might just want to loot away the Epicure. All right. Oppo's like, that's enough for me. Okay. Sorry. I guess I was playing too slow for Oppo. Sometimes it's a quite a powerful weapon. My pace of play.
Thank you. We got one!
The champ is here!
That's immediately my record for most vials of blood since, you know, last October. No, never mind. Forget I said that. Since ever. Yeah, I've never had attendance before. That probably sets your records. Well, let's flip it the other direction. Are we keeping this? Similar situation, except we don't have the actual mountain to cast the impulse. We do have downfall on 3. Because you show me that mountain on top, and I'm snap keeping, but I think I need to be a grown up and mulligan. Math likes the keep, but I'm gonna give this up. All right, let's keep this. I'm a bit inclined to pitch a mountain here. We've got Ghoul. Any land gets us to the Hypnotist, and we've got 3 plays with a pitched mountain. So we can be greedy on this, which is what I kind of like to do when doing the London Mulligan. Be greedy on lands if you've got early game. And like, there's something we could... Okay, this is even better. I was like, I don't want to reuse a bolt on this thing. I'd rather wait till I have a Ghoul. But even better, we get to Epicure and then Ghoul and exploit this. Oh man, there's a meme I got to request. There's a Courtney Barnett song where she talks about exploiting you. Oh, interesting offer. It's like they know. Well, no blocks. Gonna go with the ghoul here. Although I should, maybe we offer the Epicure for the, we got 2 bolts though. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna, yeah, I don't want them to block. Do you think, I mean, if they don't have any wolves, they might block, but I guess that would be fine. Yeah, they didn't block. I didn't, you know, it wouldn't have been correct to block, but I wasn't going to count on correct play. Oh, because I wanted to do this. I like the idea of getting their hand over a pup that I can answer with removal in hand. Like, I got answers to a pup. Well, the pup is not a concern. I really like the idea of getting a card from the exploit and then being able to block. This, oh, yeah, you're going to offer that, huh? Now we want, ooh, wrong color. But we get to get one of them, and then the other one doesn't grow unless they've got another wolf. So we've at least got that. Unfortunately, we don't get to drop one of our 3s here. But we got to kill a pup. So we're going to do that. And I'm not going to give up anything in my hand. I don't want to rummage. I like my hand. I guess I could give the Hypnotist if we feel like we're behind, but I'd like to get ahead eventually with this. Yes, pedestrian at best. That's the... I couldn't come up with a title, but... Yikes! All right, then. Now we're in the troubles. Yeah, it was... I mean, I don't know what else to do. We made him have it. Unfortunately, they did. Hero's Downfall would be all right. We also have Blessed Bolt plus Ghoul next turn. It's not a great outcome because we're still facing a 5/4, but at least the exile means they don't draw a card off of this, right? And at this point, I am going to pitch the Hypnotist. We're very far off from it being a useful play for us. We need answers, and that's not an answer. Yes, indeed. Okay, so I could Impulse, but I really want to... I guess I'm overthinking. We just guessed and have Bolt up. Impulse should be pretty solid next turn. It's the chance for me to flip Olivia and be a little bit sad, but that's the whammy risk we're taking. Yeah, I mean, I do... Not bolting the pup on 2 is a bit hindsighty. We didn't know they were going to go pup into, you know, I mean, maybe it's that important in those types of decks, but I thought in general, I'm going to use that window the way I did. I think we got pretty unlucky. Almost want to do it to kill the outcast here, but this is going to keep growing. So I'm going to go with the original plan. More bolts. We can get a Runebound Wolf. That's not terrible, but we still need an answer for this outcast at 10 life. I think I'm going to start with the Impulse here. And we're gonna play a Swamp. And go ahead and take out this Wolf while shields are down. Although we're supposed to wait and see if we get another point or more of power to do the same Bolt Plus for the Outcast. But Runebound... yeah, that's the thing. I think I just had to take this out, and we need to know that we're looking for another answer for the Outcast. And we still hold back the Epicure, and we got a draw and a rummage. A draw, a rummage, and a chump. So we kind of have 3 cards. And just take this one, though. That's 1. That's 2. And now we get a little more rummaging and a little more chumpaging. Unfortunately, this re-enters tapped, so that's going to do it, even though we get... Oh, wait, we get a blood token, right? So... Oh, we don't even get to rummage, though, because we don't have anything to rummage. I want to use you! No! We did. Well, I don't know if there's a lesson on kill pup on sight there or not. Certainly, we can reverse engineer sequences that give us a better chance there, but I don't know what the odds on play is. I felt like we had a good reason for the things we did. Just kind of got beat there. I mean, we could have said like, hey, we just like if we felt like the only way we lose is if pup gets out of hand with this, you know, yeah, it's a little bit of a stretch. At least we don't have to mulligan this time. How about that? We'll go Celebrant into Guest and try to hold the Ghoul back for a later exploit, I think. Throng. Well, got a Guest is nice for the Throngs. We're going to send in our Celebrant and drop a Guest. Yeah, that's the place, right? The crux of where I could have played differently that game in a way that's not hindsighty is the recognition that the no block 3/3 could have been pitched to look for more mountains. I think that's legit. All right, not swinging in with Throng. And we get a nice 4 here, which I like over the Ghoul Impulse play. All right. I'm going to leave the Guest back on the Throng. Although we have this and they weren't attacking into it, I guess I should attack. Never mind. Maybe they'll draw, maybe on 4 with another color, they'll be able to deal with the Socialite in a way that they weren't able to deal with the Guest, but I think it's worth making them have it. Scab likely to exploit the flyer. Oh, exploit the throng, sure. Both of these are good exploit targets, really. But I guess flyer's already getting damage in, so why not? And also, you really don't want to draw your throngs, so I also like extracting them from your deck before you accidentally draw them. Now we have clean attack with a socialite. We'll go ahead and take a 5-point hit here, and yeah, we're going to impulse first. We have both colors of mana behind, so we'll just split it. And impulse. And this is nice. When we hit Olivia, we can cast her next turn. Or I say her, it's not Olivia, it's her attendants. If we find the attendants, we can cast them next turn. Do this. Honestly, I think I wait next. Well, we can cast this now. Put it on the guest and start going to town. We can also, yeah, I can put it on the Menacer. I don't like eggs in one basket. You like shrinking Scab? I'd rather just get big than shrink, I think. And if I'm going to get big, I am going to spread it around and put it on the guest. It just means we don't ghoul this turn, which is also okay. I'm going to do that. It's a free... Let's think of it as a free card and just do it. I could do it next turn too, though. It's a free card next turn, but this is... I think this is good. Yeah, we can rummage if we want. I'm not sure if we want to in the face of the life total race. I'm going to hold on that. I know we could potentially even find something for this turn. Like, we could find a bolt if we needed that or something. But we could do that in response if we decide suddenly a bolt is what we have to dig for. Yeah, that's true, Mike. I got all excited about the land and did the heuristic of yay, free land, but it's easy to forget you have a turn for that. So probably should have a Mind Leech Ghoul out or have done the thing. Getting a little extra wide here might be the difference. But yeah, I'm going to untap, not going to rummage anything here. All right, and then we get a Harvester, which can add some blood to the board, making it a little easier to just go ahead and crack one for the Socialite. They get to double block here and trade for the Socialite. I like swinging away here. Basically, if they want to put the Scab on the Celebrant, we're pretty happy about that. Oh, right. We are going to get frosted. So they're going to do the Socialite now. We could still send this. They could double block. They need to triple block. And if they triple block, we get 2 of the 3. I guess we get Scab. Is that worth it? Well, let's do this. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and draw out the freeze and probably not attack at all here. But let's see. Let's see what we get offered. Don't you dare deliver a package to our house. Oh, really? Interesting. I think we offer the Socialite for those 2 then. And in that way, Chump attacking with the Celebrant makes more sense to me now. If we Chump attack with the Celebrant and they choose to eat it with the Scab, they either... they take 5? Maybe 5 isn't enough, though. Maybe I'm just going to send the Socialite. Yeah. But I am going to make this offer. Socialite for 2 bodies into eventually untapping this, having Harvester will have a different 2 power. They may have another Throng here, but they're a little choked on mana, so we're trying to just not make this about cards. We're making it about pressure and their ability to deploy enough of their resource advantage to recover. Yeah, so that's the thing. Maybe we don't... given that, we should just get wide and play this as another bear, right? I think we're overthinking it to exploit at all. And on that front, we can also rummage. We don't have anything we're really getting. Oh, no, we have... Harvester might want the blood. So I'm going to go ahead and play this as a 2/2. I think I'm not going to rummage because Harvester cares about blood. And then we'll see about things next turn here. Okay, they found their second color. We were just trying to get them before they could unstumble. But Oppo's played really well. Let's tip the cap there. Not getting run over by us on only 4 islands is pretty good play. Well, we might draw additional blood, right? I just feel like we can wait on the rummage till our next... it's worth waiting on the rummage. Because we might draw blood and actually want to get something with 4 toughness. You know, that's real. And I mean, maybe War Furnace needs to read, because it took me a while to process that it's double the blood, not blood. So, for example, a 2/2. I don't know if we will. We might just rather... we might have to, but they get a Throng here as well. So again, great recovery from Oppo on tight mana. Luis on LR last week, or this most recent episode, was talking about one of the benefits of Mana Screw in terms of the storytelling, the story equity on recovery, right? That clawing back from a really unfortunate mana situation for Oppo will be a feel-good game for them. That's a benefit of the Mana Screw, even as it's frustrating for me to feel like, I didn't take advantage of it, but you got to tip the cap. And it's not over yet. I'm just saying if they do pull this out. Sorry, it's on me. Yeah, we're gonna go to my turn. There you go. There's a reason to hold the rummage. We can kill the Scob, play the Recluse, rummage a land, and flip the Recluse. So are we getting rid of this Scob? Yeah, we can send our 2 creatures. If Petal gets double blocked, it's still trading 1 for 1. Like, I think we leave Harvester back. And send in an... Well, actually, I should start with a rummage. Let's do that. Oh, no, wait. I shouldn't, because if we're going to use the blood, we need to do it for that, right? I'm saving it for blood. All right. So let's go like this. I'm going to do this and leave the Harvester. We'll see what if they want to trade for either of these. Yeah, I could have harvested. If we're 100% going to harvest the Scob, could have done it that way. I think this is what's going to end up being our attack anyway. So now let's go ahead and do this. Harvest. Rummage away mountain. Interesting. And play land and dump hand and flip? All right, I'm in. Well, it'll be tough, but they've got the cards and the mana now. I still don't love our position, although I'm happy to untap the guest again if we can do that. Find some blood to sack, and trouble is we can't really find blood to sack and then have a card to sack to pitch for it. You know what I'm saying? This is a nice go wide, though. We definitely asks them a question here. All right. But are you... All right, they're going to do that. Really? Yeah. I think we put that on top because it gets us blood, right? And then afterwards, this can't block, and that's going to be a good attack. Not right now, but next turn. How do we just win? Yeah, nothing to discard. That's what I was saying. It's a how do we? You can't rummage without something to rummage. Would you take him to 1? So let's see, let's figure that out. We send in, we suicide, they go down to 1, and then next turn, but if they eat the Blood Hypnotist, we don't have, but then they have to eat the Odious Witch, right? So then we keep the Blood Hypnotist for really tough attacks next turn. Yeah. That's the key. They have to block the Witch here, leaving us with the Hypnotist. If they had a Hypnotist eat, this might not be correct, but we should untap with the Hypnotist unless they got something for it. So let's do it. Yeah, there's some outs. I mean, they got 3 cards, a fresh draw, but we can beat these 2. Let's see what they can do with the unknown 3 here. No more. They can drop another creature. They're stable. If not, I was waiting for it to be Olivia because that would be classic. That's what we've got. That's what we have to pitch. But we're gonna do this and try to go for the win here. They're pausing, so I'm not certain we're done here. This is nice to know that we have as backup. And even if they're not dead, they probably have to double chump with Throngs. Maybe another freeze ray would help a little bit, but still makes them double chump, right? It is freeze ray. Wait, hold on.
All right, everyone, chill.
And we still ship it. Couldn't we have gone to attacks first? I suppose. Wouldn't have changed anything, though. What would that have changed? This is still frozen, and this still doesn't block, right? That looks like a scoop move. My terms. All right.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Good game. And super well played by Oppo to be in it. I think some players would have scooped in frustration, failing to find their swamp in time. Looks fine. Could use a 2, but we're keeping. Use a 2 and a mountain. But we can operate with what I'm looking at for through turn 3 anyway. Worst draw on the deck, unfortunately, but it's still, we still need land, so it's not a disaster or anything, just not exactly what we want to see. We're going to go ahead and play the bolt mana. Potentially pick off a 2-drop here. Nope. Would like to pick something off here ahead of Hypnotist, but... Ooh, that is not pick-offable. We're probably going to spend our next turn downfalling that. Can't let him untap with this thing. Sorry, guest. You're going to have to be our guest in a turn. If we find a mountain, we can drop Watcher. If we don't, we do have guest hold up bolt. Gonna have to double bolt Edgar probably. We don't even have the mountain for it right now. But I like that we have a plan for this. I mean, and we do get Epicure and Guest for now. Yeah, double block, single bolt also on the table. That's even better if we can get away with it. Edgar. All right, we got the second mountain for that. No braids. Well, now it's decision, like we could do it. We could just do it. And they didn't send Edgar into these anyway, though. Right? I feel like they're not showing that they're going to send Edgar in, even. Could be Adamant, but I doubt it. It feels like Edgar's the splash, so I'm not expecting anything to save Edgar. Let's just do it. Hammer says just wait. I'm going to do it now. Obviously. I'm committed. Pot committed to doing it now. Wow! It was the Adamant Will. I mean... Maybe I misread... Oh, I shouldn't... I was saying Edgar's the splash, but I should have... Welcoming Vampire says that's not necessarily the case. But I see a Harvester and makes me think that white is the splash. This is effectively a scoop... But we could still... Nah, let's see if we can find removal. Although I don't know what removal does it for us now. I mean... Because now it's just going to do the comeback forever thing. Hey, it's our Oppo from last game. Yeah, if you watch the replay, you'll see I acknowledged that I was frustrated that we weren't successfully punishing you, and I was pretty impressed with how you were managing your game on 4 islands. It was very well played. Could tell you didn't let it, you know, you weren't going to let it phase you. You were going to... I guess we have one more bolt, right? That's our out. We need our final Flame Blessed bolt in the double block plan. So let's look for that before we give up. I admit it looks grim. I saw that that was a possibility and then misread the splash. Yeah, maybe we're in a pitch vamp zone again for sure. It's not going to help us. We need to find our very narrow outs. Well, that could flip as we search for our narrow outs. So I'm going to pitch the Celebrant. I still think we need... If we don't find the bolt, we're never going to beat Edgar long game. Socialite over Recluse. If I play Recluse, it flips, but we're only using 2 mana. I could play Watcher, and they'll likely, you know, use removal on it. I think I'll start there. It's slipping away, though. We're definitely on the hunt for our narrow outs to Edgar, because we're not going to win a long game where Edgar's recurring that value. Attack. I suppose I should be thinking about getting whatever damage I can in, Rob. It feels so dependent right now on just a couple of cards, though. So we can go Socialite, pitch Swamp. Could pass the turn. Make a 5/5. At least they're not attacking right now. Surprised they didn't harvest the Watcher. I guess I play this and we have double Watcher activation. And then it's out of range of this unless they find more blood, which seems pretty likely, but let's make them have it. Yeah, this is a very thematic deck over here. Yeah, Edgar is so unstoppable. I would be just like swinging away, but I don't know. Maybe they're worried. I don't know what they're worried about. We'll take it. There's the blood they needed to be able to harvest, unfortunately. So this probably means it's it. Although they do that, I guess they're attacking? Sure. This is me F6ing. For you old school Magic Online players. Boy, maybe I'm supposed to get to 9 mana. I guess Socialite, hold the blood for Recluse flip next turn. Yeah, I guess Socialite and dig still. They're not even going for it though. I'm going to dig next turn. Let's see what they do here. They haven't been very aggressive. No, I'm saving the land. I know that we can get a ping, but what are we ping? What are we so excited to ping, Rob? I want the land to rummage. Now we're probably just putting Epicure and Ballista Watcher in front of that thing. Plus, oh, Epicure and Socialite, or Ballista Watcher and Socialite looks like the block. I mean, we survived that attack, but we're so decimated now, it's probably over. But I think we need to still try and actually flip this into a 3/3. So I'm going to untap. Okay, we got our bomb. We could drop it now. If we find one more blood, they can kill it. But I suppose it's silly to not I'm thinking about flipping this. I just need to run out our best card and hope it's enough here. I don't know if it is. They got that wedding gown to increase the toughness of their attack. Oh yeah, I'm not even looking at their land. Well, we make them do it, and we can still... Ah, that's too bad. Too bad they didn't need to use the harvester there. Because we could still be in a spot where we can double block and find our bolt. And we got to take this. Still looking for that bolt. I don't know how we win now. I guess we chump and still find the bolt, which is not the recluse. So after all this, I'm actually just going to ship the we might need the might find Hero's Downfall. Yeah, I forgot about the gain. So we do have... this is just like... Here's me making legal magic plays before I die. That's got to be enough. I don't... Are we at 0% yet? I think we might be at 0% now.
Is this a dead man, Doctor?
Very dead, Mr. Spock.
But I gotta go to one and chump. Yeah, I guess that's the above 0. Alright. Now we can move on. All right, 2 and 2. We're at the fouls to give line. Does anybody want to try the vengeance plan? Any vengeance supporters want to rebuild? I offered a rebuild to incorporate Vampire's Vengeance to those who wanted to rethink the deck with that involved. Math. Syriana. Those are the two I remember bringing it up. But if nobody wants to do it, I'm just going to go back. Oh, sorry, Syriana. I've misattributed the opinion to you. Retracted. All right, well, I'm not seeing anybody chime up, so I'm going to run it. I'm running it back. Boo earns. On the play, we can't keep this. Not even remotely. This is better. And how greedy to beady? I'm going to be the usual amount of greedy, which is...
Point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed is good.
It's definitely not the 41 cards. We're just being kind of funny with that, but it really doesn't matter all that much. I don't even think this is necessarily worth it, but I'm going to do it. I don't know. Should I? Would you? Is that worth killing? Eh. Yeah. I can't quite do it. I don't respect that card enough. It's so hard to get going. Although now we have so much cheap removal, maybe we should. But we can do it this turn if we need. Fangs is it's a vampire. We definitely don't want to fangs it. White vampires are unusual, so it's understandable. I guess they were around in the Conquistador set too. I'm still not going to do it. We can take one here and see what they drop. I think we'd probably rather get... Oh, man. See, I'm just going to go for a land and play the guest. Although at some point now... Nah, I'm going to get it. I'm going to kill it. Whatever. Go ahead. Adamant Will. I want it. Save... I mean, saving 2 damage removal for the bomb cards is gonna not go well for you, I think. Now I'm gonna Epicure and loot away Blood Hypnotist, which seems to be the main job of the Blood Hypnotist. And look for another land. All right, found the land, have bolt up, have guest ready. Don't love this position. We're just down so much on cards here. Really kind of want the impulse. Find a land and a spell we can play. Fangs on Epicure. You might have been able to convince me that's what we had to do, but now not, obviously. Yeah, we'll run that out, sure. I like this with bolt up, and then guess next turn gives us -4/-4. Maybe that's the secret power of that card, Tron. Nobody thinks it's a vampire. It's always a 3/4. Hey, Pablo. I don't know if we're living the dream, but we are certainly Rakdos. We've got Olivia's Attendants and a couple of Harvesters as kind of the high points of the deck. Oh, we got a Ballista Watcher 2 in there. We're gonna... Hmm. Well, I like just guest and pass here and try to find our way to something. I just feel like as much as I want to, I don't know how we're winning this game. If we're trying to expect to win some long, we do have a long game we can head to with the attendance. Yeah, we're not under any pressure yet. I'm just worried that if their late game is better than ours, we're just headed towards the wrong side of the inevitability. But maybe we have the inevitability. It depends on deck power in this format. But not being under any pressure immediately, we'll go ahead and do it this way. And there's something we can bolt or fangs. Fourth land is nice as well. So guest number 2, and then what do we want? I think probably bolt. Yeah, you like not having it saved by a trick? Fangs on the 1/1 doesn't get through a guess, though. I mean, a lot of suggestions from chat here. What do I like? I see how, I mean, I know that putting fangs, I have 1 hourglass, I'm going to use it. I see putting fangs on the Epicure does give us technically an attack with Harvester and Epicure and Guest if we kill the Rider. It just doesn't seem, yeah, I know, but it just feels like that unravels with their next play. Like, it feels like a turn later, I regret that the fangs is on this thing. That's my concern. So I kind of just like being a little more slow rolly here, doing this and trying to fangs the Rider. Ooh, note the pause though. Yeah. So now with the pause, I do, because if it's Adamant Will, the fang still gets it done. So let's do that. All right, they went for it anyway. We had the read, and we're going to teach Greed a thing or two about magic rules. Shame Scoop incoming? I hope not. Well, when you got a Voldaran Bloodcaster to follow, maybe you don't Shame Scoop. We know what we're doing, though. Let's go for the bolt, see if they've got another one. Oh, maybe they have another one. Jeez, all the will. We have another Flame Blessed bolt, so I'm going to go ahead and pitch our mountain. Maybe we'll find it. Harvester's sorcery, so unfortunately I can't do it now, but we can finish it off after this. Yeah. Of course, yeah, it doesn't really matter what order you do that in. Just trading here. And we do want to kill this thing. It's time to make sure this is dead. We don't want this to stay around and take over the game. We have Undying Malice and Flame Blessed Bolt. I'm just going to pass, and we can rummage and leave up the color of mana we need based on the spell we need if we happen to need to do that. We can send as well. I guess we might as well get in for one. That's classic me not sequencing, though, right? I mean, I should have known that I was going to attack with 2 guests before I did anything, and instead I freestyled it after the fact. I just think I'm going to die with that leak, but I try. They can do the exile once. But 3-1 not so great against 1/4s, so we're kind of like whatever. And now it doesn't really matter. I guess lightly I'd rather have the Undying of suddenly available. Fine draw. Watcher, I could play the land. We do have 5s, and of course Olivia's Attendants. And Grisly Ritual. Yeah, let's just play the land. We want 6 eventually. And especially with Watcher, we might want a double ping. I don't even think I want to toss the next one. I want to set up double pinging, right? Never, even though I know this card is good, it's mostly been good as a lightning rod. We did flip it, like this event where I had it as a 5/5 and fired it off a couple times is like the first time I've actually done the thing with this card. And here we get our double ping. We could start on the Panic Bystander. I think that's probably the place to start. We can just pass the turn here. Do it on upkeep. Pew pew! Creepy. Well, I could, of course, rummage away a land, but that means spending, and I would rather just have the double ping. They've only got 5, so it could be destroy target attacker. I think we just want to sit back and not risk the attack removal. Does that make sense? Is that too cautious? Yeah, we can attack. We can send in these 2. I guess let's start with the ping, though, right? Well, you mean the 1/4? Like we can ping both. I like starting with the thing that would die to a ping and see what they do. I think maybe I do risk it. I mean, this is taken over. I'm just trying to figure out if we risk the destroy target attacking, right? But the thing is, they're 1 mana away from getting it anyway. That's why, Siriana. The reason to risk it is if they have it, they're awfully close to firing it off anyway. I guess I'll be patient, though. I'm going to be very patient. There you go. That's why I was kind of willing to do it, but they spent 6. Now, ritual at 6 means we can't rummage and ritual, but I'm not sure we want a ritual here anyway. Let's rummage. Yeah, kill the 1/4. I don't think it's worth it. Let's rummage. Did I have a ping ability? I didn't think I had the mana, but maybe I missed something. Courier Bat. Nice. See, that's why I like the Courier Bat. It's not, sometimes it's a you know, a Windrake, but with the guests, it's going to do this sometimes. And we'll take the Watcher back as the thing they had to work hard to get rid of. Windrake! Pablo, get in the corner. Think about what you've become. Yeah, we want to trade. We'll trade damage here. We're going to send this in. Hey, we did it. I wasn't as low on it as maybe you think I was, Rob. I still don't think you like make it a huge priority in draft because they come around mid-late. That's ultimately where it matters. It's like, well, how early are you taking these to make sure they get in your deck? And maybe we're a little off on that, but I think we're probably closer than you think. All right, nice to get 3 wins. At least 50-50 with this thing. I'm giving kind of thought to that now. Almost certainly, I think the Monday after Christmas, like Christmas is on a Saturday, right? So like the 27th, probably the Friday and Monday surrounding Christmas at minimum. And then, yeah, probably the 31st as well. We'll throw this out there. There's our attendance. Just got to find the mana to get to this top end now. All right, deck. They can play a 2 toughness creature, and you can start delivering the lands. All right, part 1 achieved, 2 toughness creature. Now deliver the lands. Yeah, baby. Let's do it. Maybe I should go Socialite so we can rummage if we don't find land number 5, but I got excited for Ballista. Another reason to do it the other way is we're a little choked on black. So this turn we could have gone Watcher Gifts if I'd done it the other way. Now then, though, let's not live with regret. I guess we could shrink this. Yeah, gift ping work. Let's do that. I like it. I like it. I like it. Seems worth it. Get us to attendance. I hardly ever use like I haven't played this too much, but I'm always waiting to get to the back side and find I can forget the front side. Now this thing, I gotta make sure this thing doesn't seem great. We could guessed. Yeah, we'll just play Socialite here. Use as much of our mana as we can. But we're not going to offer up the Watcher. And we could even potentially rummage the Guest to get to our 6s. But let's see what they do here. Cruel Witness. Kind of like sending away the Guest. 1, 2. But we might just naturally find our land. Alexis likes getting to the 6. All right. If I was leaning there and Alexis is like, do it, I'll do it. Well, we can't draw and decide because then we don't have 6 mana to play our 6s. And we are going to attendance here. We attendance, then... and then let's see if they can answer it. And if not, we probably let the Watcher flip next turn. Yeah, I should have sent the Menace. Actually, I still will. I'll naked offer here. But again, hey, look at Ryan's Leak rearing its head again. That being said, I'm going to offer. Sometimes it doesn't matter like that, where the block just isn't good for them, but it's all suspect. Sequencing. Well, we made them have it, and they do. But we still got a Watcher to flip. Ooh, Retribution is great here. Let's just do that, plus Blood Hypnotist. See what they got for that. I can still shoot, yep. But I like, rather than shooting mana here, we're just going to play out the Hypnotist and Retribution. Yeah, I don't need to Hypnotist. Just because I was excited. Again, bad sequencing, but let's do this. I'm going to do it this way. Mega Blood. And now we do Hippie. Look for a land to pitch, and then they're just kind of out of blockers. Like, they need a lot here. Yeah. And if they're spending their turn doing that, it's like it's our game. All right. Cool. Push it up to 4. Virtual Profit. You always feel like you've basically broken even at 4 wins in Premier, and now we get to try for legit 5-win profit. Yeah, I think all roads led to victory there. It was just too overwhelming. Oops. I've already done the update. I don't get to be 5 wins yet. We got to earn it. This is a fine start to earning it, though. 2, 3, 4. All we need is a mountain for that. Maybe they thought it was too good to come with a blood token. And you might think, too good? It's not even that good. It would not make it too good, but maybe it would make the archetype too good. You know, little knobs that you twist in trying to power your format. And, you know, a classic reason to make a card bad, Rob, is so that it falls to the decks that can use it. All right, it's not that good, so the only people that are going to end up with it are the vampire decks that can really make it sing. Or can do the best, give the best chance at making it sing. If you're trying to get me on creative, I can't help you. You're going to have to talk to Kelly Diggs or somebody else with those complaints. I'm just going to be your Melvin-y power guy. No second mountain yet. Got a third swamp. Flood sold separately. Well played. We have a guest at least. And we have a socialite at least. So even it probably is for the best. Watcher is better later anyway. Thinking about my turn, I'm going to guest, but I have an attack, so I'm going to make it first. See what they got. Sometimes I plan out my turn. Not usually, though. I'm fine trading that 2-drop, first pick 2-drop for our, 12th pick 2-drop. Seems good. I don't think of this as a 2-drop. When I use the term drop, to me it's something that I pretty much will always play on curve if I am able and have no other plays. I don't know what the community thinks about that term in that way. Yeah, so I found my mountain. So we could, of course, play the Watcher. And in the double 1-drop, 1 toughness situation, I think we go ahead and do that. Next turn, we might want to just fire this off and flip it to Knight. You like Vampire first? I was just figuring you might want to pick this off right away. Yeah, they have had removal for everything so far. Okay. It's fair. This does, if they don't have removal, this stops this as much as this, right? And if they do, we'd rather have them do this. Arcanite likes my line. But I see what the socialite folks mean. I'm gonna do it. Because either this draws out removal or it stabilizes us. And both of those are good things. Retribution is interesting. We can take out the Celebrants, but it's pretty aggressive play over just Watcher. But this thing starts to become trouble, so I kind of like killing this while we can. And yeah, at 13, we can even swing and be willing to go to 10 if they want to crack back, especially on 1 card with what we've got behind. I like it. Let's get aggro. And with the sack, it's a big smack here. They can't really block it. They just got to take 6. And we get another land, and we're closing in on a couple of good 6s and our best non-rare. Yeah, land off the top is the dream. We'll take any, you can even, your choice, Magic Gods. Any land in the deck, quite literally. They are going to drop us to 10. The race is on. That's true. We also have both our 6s, so there's, even if we don't draw land, we draw something we can cast. Yep, Siriana and True on that line, on that thought. Well, there it is, something we can cast. I mean, this one's kind of going to town. Should we just move into race mode here? Kind of like that. Let's start with an attack and see if they got anything for this Socialite. Watcher seems better to True. Regardless, we're going to start with a Socialite attack. Yeah, I suppose Watcher really, now with this life race, these are similar amounts of damage, especially if we flip it. Yeah, let's do that. Because now we can pick off their only threats. This is going to make them start rummaging, I bet. Siriana likes Socialite. Fair enough. Yeah, double 5/5 Menace is quite an ask of Oppo. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was just supposed to go for it. That's what I liked, is just the heavy power of Menace. But yeah, what are they playing lands for? Some ways that's kind of scary. And what is this about? Not suspicious at all. Why this but not this? It suggests the first strike matters. But still, if they had like Bolt, you would attack with the Epicure as well, I would think. We're gonna pass and take this. Yeah, maybe they're just chumping. But at that point, why not double block and try to kill the thing? I guess because I tap and kill? Maybe they're just attack sending because they figure I'm going to kill it? I don't know. Well, there you go. There's the trick they had. I just don't know why you don't send the Epicure there. But maybe they're looking for the double block on the Socialite. You can do guest for more blood, but at this point, we just attack and make them double, like, well, we don't need to pass and flip. If we send both and crack this, they're dead unless they, I guess they could double block. I guess they could double block Watcher. You like Rummage Socialite? Why not Rummage Guest if we're going to Rummage? How do we ruin a double block? Oh, with the Watcher. I think I'm overthinking it. I'm gonna send everything. They can do the double block. I get them to 4. I play another Socialite with Guest behind. What are they going to do? And then if they're blocking that way, it's even better for us. Now, I'm not even going to let it flip. Well, you just don't need to. Like, this is, we're just going to apply pressure until they scoop it up. With the second blood behind, mana gives us removal for any single. I mean, they could play the that rare. That's even. I think we could even beat that now. That's where we're at. We could actually even beat the. Go ahead. Let's let him have the whatever, the 6-drop green bomb, hexproof. Do it. Do it. All right, we got there. Sweet. 5 wins. If we can trophy, awesome, but we've already got our profit, had some fun, our deck's done its thing, we've played our bomb, all the good stuff has happened. Checking my orders. All right, looks great. Bolt on the draw, quite excellent, because then we can play this on 1, have Bolt up for their 2. If I were on the play, I might hat, but since we're quite likely to want to bag a 2, so we're going to go ahead and play the mountain here. They dodged it by not having a 2-drop. That's fine with us as well. Harvester, yeah. We can Recluse, but I think we just want to start harvesting. Because we might even Retribution next turn. Hey, pigs. Solid. Got our 5 wins for profit. Oh. Should have sent a poet, etc. So now we're going to bolt this thing, drop Recluse, and then have the potential Rummage flip coming up after that. Because next turn we can, let's say we draw a 5th land. Next turn we go Blood Hypnotist, ship the 5th land to flip the Recluse. Seems good. I also have Retribution if we want. We'll see what Oppo does. And we didn't draw anything. I kind of like our hand here. Oppo not doing anything. This is suspicious. Makes me think the deal Destroy Attacker is coming. But we'll make him have it and send in here. And then decide what to do after. Sometimes they don't have it. Are we playing into a Wrath? We do have the white-black Wrath. That makes me nervous. I think I'm willing to, if they're not doing anything here, potentially, like, maybe even Rummage now and try to flip. You'd run out the Hypnotist. Hats, like, make him have it. Don't play around rares. We're also in the 5-2 bracket against the silver player, so although it took a while to pair, we might be paired down. So Hat and Pig are just like, do it. Just go. Make him have it. I feel like I'm getting baited here, and I'm going to play a mountain, and I'm going to pass. If they are just stumbling and now play a land in some 5-drop, okay, I can accept that. Well, now Bat gives us some kind of recovery plan too, if we can find some life gain. Pausing. All right, with Celebrants and Bat and Ritual and with all this removal behind, I am willing to put out the Hypnotist now. Although, I mean, they're at 7. It just feels like a Wrath, but then we get to follow with a Bat? Yeah, that's true. I like that Arcanite. Arcanite says Rummage, and then we'll have lethal next turn. And also, if we send away, like, the Hypnotist... What do we want to ditch? Hypnotist or Bat? Maybe the Bat here, although the Bat just gets in the air and can finish it in the air if they don't have an air. So yeah, let's ditch the Hypnotist. Again, this is what we've mostly done with it today. And then if this does live, yeah, the Recluse will gain life. Bat can get this back anyway. Maybe I'm playing around nothing, but I feel like we're in such a great spot that it feels correct to play around a Wrath effect. But they're not playing out land, so they're also stuck on land, but there's a 5-mana Wrath, so maybe they just, that's literally what they need, right? I'm going to play the mountain out. We may find ourselves needing a ritual to next turn, and we want the celebrant mana anyway. Handful of Adamant Wills certainly explains a bunch of pausing. That's awfully desperate. They're not dead, though. I don't see anything that makes it... Oh, no, wait, there is... If we just do this part, they are dead? No, it's... Oh, it's all creatures. Yeah, we can try for the win. Let's try it. Well, there's another pause, so maybe it's just Adamant Will, though, as suggested. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. That was a weird game. Yeah, they just kept something a little more hopeful than got there. All right, full count. 6 and 2. Let's see if we can get the trophy on top of the profit. Waiting. Waiting. All right. From silver to diamond. It's a solid keep. Epicure into Celebrant, unless we need to bolt something. Waiting Room by Fugazi might just be my #1 song. If I just had to stack rank all songs eternally, maybe that'll be my afterlife. Just Ryan stack ranking songs against each other. Waiting Room would be up there near the top. All right. That'd probably be heaven, or maybe for me just purgatory. Depends. I'm going to bolt this thing and get in over Celebrant. And now I'm wondering if we want to rummage before we untap. Probably. We really want to find our third land. We don't have life gain anywhere near. Maybe we bat, but let's talk about it. Really just the playlist itself. Yeah, I think I'm going to ditch the Socialite so that we have Bat next turn. Although Socialites may be better than Bat, but might be able to get Socialite back with Bat later. Celebrant's gonna get outclassed shortly. I could also pitch the Celebrant. I think I'm gonna do that. Celebrant's running out of effectiveness pretty quickly. Impulse, I'm gonna be greedy and hope that it helps us Get a little value down the road. And now, so I could impulse looking for land. I could fangs up the Epicure. Could just play the bat and start racing the air, but this witch is going to be quite the racer. I'm thinking about that. Fangs down the witch is on the list. Just if we do that, I think we start with impulse. So I'm going to impulse now. Oppo can wait out. Maybe I should. Oh, Oppo's not gonna. They're just gonna. Okay, well, we're happy to take this trade. Like, if I were Oppo seeing the hero's downfall, I'd be like, well, I'm just gonna pass the turn and make him waste this. But since they're doing it this way, it's great. We get to go ahead and take this trade. Farmer flips, but then we downfall it. Yeah, we lose the malice, but so be it. That's why it's a red card draw, you know? Did not find another land for the turn, unfortunately, but we'll downfall while the downfalling is okay. And now if we find some land, we can pull out of this. These are cool lands. Where do you get, what are these from? How much of my bling would this cost me? Oh, is it cash only? F cash only. But if it's a gem bundle, we could think about that. Okay, gems, yeah. Come get some. Chat. Make me spend and I'll buy that thing. Let's go ahead and play Harvester, which will give us a blood token to potentially help us rummage and also give us retribution killing Recluse even if they flip it. Maybe I was supposed to rummage now to look for land, but we need blood to have the Harvester be able to do that part of its job. Yeah, full count, Prof. Who is the boss? Them or us? All right, I think we just retribution this thing, and then we work towards attendance, kill the rest of their board, take it from there. They could have feign death. But the pause is explained by blood, so we weren't going to play around anything. I could offer Harvester for both their Epicures, and really probably wouldn't be a bad spot. Should we just offer? Like, if they're down to a blood and a card, and we have this hand, that seems pretty good, right? But also, we just get to pick these off easily, and this might... Yeah, I'm going to say I was in a hurry to kill that. Yeah, I kind of wanted that dead. Because it had good attacks against us, but I'm going to say nah. We don't want to use Harvester on 2 Epicures. Might want to use it on another Harvester, though. Yeah, I think so. All the harvesting. So we'll socialite to max mana and then harvest the harvest. Should have been okay on one blood vial. I can't remember exactly all what's in red, so I just made it 2 to be sure. Oppo in full rummage mode now. All right, that's what we wanted to see. I think we just go Harvester Bat and not get greedy with the bat. Sometimes it's a Windrake, and that's okay. I'm gonna do Harvester pre to get another blood. Maybe I didn't need to do that pre for another blood. It just, I like having a lot of blood when I'm using blood on attacks, but there's no real need for that. All right, Oppo desperate, and now not going to send in the Harvester again. We're going to leave that for future duty. But shipping Bat and Socialite and Kraken Blood, I guess I could play Guest to crack Socialite and gain life. See, I'm trying to do stuff post-combat, and now I was supposed to do it pre. Oh well. It is still scarier for us to attack with the open mana. Bleed dry. That's fine. Means our attendants aren't going to face that. At least that copy. Well, Harvester is going to get more blood here, and then Olivia should get us a lot of blood, so I figured Harvester is going to get its creature as needed with what's coming up. Yeah, Demon, I suppose. At 5 mana, we got a couple of turns before they can Demon us, but you're not wrong to worry. Probably harvesting that to clear the way for attendants. How about a land off the top deck? No, only the Blood Hypnotist that we can keep rummaging away. In this case, we could... I don't want to rummage, though. I don't want to sack anything. I think I just send the Bat. Maybe I do pitch the Hypnotist here. We really just want a 6th land and get going. It's okay. I guess it is okay. I should just play it, right? It's doing the thing we want, ultimately. And I'm going to just ship the Bat this turn, though. Yeah, let's do it. Hypnotist is fine. Mind Leech Ghoul could eat a Gluttonous Guest, and it wouldn't be the... I mean, Guest isn't really being much of an attacker here. Could also just pitch it. Should we pitch the Ghoul to make the Scavenger not block? That's probably the play. That's why we played the Hypnotist, right? And there's the land we wanted too. And we do have Swing Away, except for Harvester. If we still want to have that back for potential removal. Maybe I sandbag a mountain. I don't know if there's like discard. The only discard I can think of is like their choice anyway. Yeah, Mind Leech. There you go. Mind Leech we could have played around by holding the land. Probably should have. Yeah, the 1/4 is fed here for sure. Obviously, we have the Olivia play. Do we need it? We can say, well, now they got double blocks on the ground. But, yeah, I guess we just bat an Olivia here and hold the mountain for rummaging after. But we'll be patient for a turn. They clogged up the ground pretty good. And then attendance, we get extra blood for the Harvester. So we basically get -6 for the Harvester next turn. And we eliminate a blocker. This seems like either they're going to sweep or scoop, but I'm not blocking. I think they're just showing how close they got and now scooping. Yep. All right. Trophy.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Cool. Pack one, pick one bomb, and we wrote it to a trophy. Very good. Got some rare drafting in there. Truly maximum profit. And close to maximum fun. We got maximum game count. We just maxed everything out. Except my play decisions. Those weren't optimal throughout. 41 card special, by the way. There you go. That's in honor of Jay Schneider. We 41 carded it to a trophy. Call that in-your-face optimization. Optimal fun, at least. Thanks for hanging out, YouTube friends. Hope you enjoyed that one. That was quite a ride. Some good games in there, interesting decisions, and an interesting draft, too. Right on. Bye.